We would like to give a big shout out to our sponsor, Sonic Electronics, so check them out for great deals on speakers, head units, amps, subs, wiring, etc. Use discount code PROVOBEAST for an instant 5% off your next purchase during checkout. PROVOBEAST doing another install today. What we're going to be doing is replacing the 6.5-inch mid-range woofer in the door here on this MK7 GTI 2016 and 17, as well as installing a new tweeter in the A-pillar here as well in the factory location. So first thing we're going to do is remove the factory panel off the door just so we're able to access the mid-range woofer. We're going to replace it, get it all wired up, and really show you from that point. Now as we get this door panel off, this little cover does come off. You can use a panel tool to pop it off, and we'll show you how to do so. Exposing screws. There's a screw under here as well. And then there's a little anchor that you turn to unlatch down below. Then the rest of the panel all the way around are held on with clips. So a use of a panel tool is certainly a benefit to really help you pull off the panel without marring up any of the plastic. Up under here, there's actually a couple of taps. Using a panel tool, that's it. You just pop it off. There's a tab here, and a clip here as well. Now that exposed is a torque screw up inside, and we'll tell you exactly what size it is here. And then that exposes a torque screw down below as well. And we are using a T25 Torx bit. Okay, now using just a pair of pliers, you screw right up underneath. You just rotate it 90 degrees, just so it fits on over the door panel. Now we've removed these two, and using the same panel tool, we're going to go ahead and pop these clips out all the way along the door. Now it may sound like you're breaking the door panel, don't worry about it. These clips are just releasing, and it's really nice to have these because it doesn't scratch the paint. They're nice and loose. Gotta lift up on the panel, just give it a little jiggle. And here we are. Now what you're going to do is you're going to want to unhook these by pulling that back and the clips. We're going to have a couple harnesses here as well. 1, 2. All right, in this last clip, it's kind of difficult here. You have to slide this red piece on out. So you can push in that little clip and it pops out when the door switches. All right, there we go. So as you can see, clips all the way around. Fortunately, with these, you have to actually drill out the pop rivets. Once you do so, we'll show you exactly which is positive and negative of these wires. Speaker comes out. We're going to use our new brackets of our new 6.5 Alpines for this mid-range woofer and get those installed. Alright, so we've drilled those out. We just used a bit, and as you can see there, all the rivets are gone. Using a panel tool. There we are. Now what we're going to have to do is go ahead and remove these rivets out of the door so our new adapter will sit nice and flush. But as you can see here, there's the back of the door lift actuator. We got to ensure that we don't go past that, or else when we roll the window down, it's going to hit the window. So we're going to use our bracket, and we should be good for clearance. Okay, so we pulled that out. We drilled out the old rivets. Now this bracket comes with the Alpine. If you don't have a bracket, that's okay. Just make sure it clears the window. But basically, these brackets have mounting locations. What we did is we drilled and just used the hardware with the speaker to mount the actual bracket there. Once the bracket was mounted, these brackets are threaded with these Alpines, and you can use 4 threaded screws to mount the speaker. Now this wiring harness we plugged into the speaker itself. Now what we're going to do is strip these ends, but we'll get this all hooked up and do a little test. Then we'll move to the A-pillar. Okay, so we went ahead and got this done. Red, yellow is positive, brown, yellow is negative. Got that hooked up with butt connectors. We'll just get this tucked up so it doesn't get in the way of the actual speaker. At this point, let's go ahead and get all our harnesses reconnected. Reconnect the actual door mechanism. And at this point, get the panel all back on. Okay. Speakers in. Good to go. Make sure you plug all your harnesses back in. At this point, we're going to put our 2 screws back in. We're going to rotate that nut underneath to lock position. We've tested and make sure this was also hooked up. At this point, we are good to go. We're gonna head to the A-pillar. Now the A-pillar is all held on with clips. We're gonna pop this out so it lays towards us, and we're able to actually get to the speaker itself. All right, so it's held on with 3 clips, 1, 2, and 3. These 3 slots. As you can see, one of the clips actually stayed in, but we can replace it here. Held on with these 3 anchor mounts. Just be super careful, take your time. Some of them, they stick in there. As you get that out, and there's one area that kind of clips down below, and about this area, pop it out, unhook the harness, and that's how you get the A-pillar out. Now we're gonna pop this tweeter on out, and then we're gonna mount our new Alpine tweeter in its location. Okay, here on the back panel, we're at the bench. What we did is we just popped out the old tweeter. And what we did is we just cut the little mounting tabs there, and then with our new tweeter, we just hot glued. It came with a bracket that looks like this. We mounted that tweeter on the reverse side of this panel. And then here's our crossover for that tweeter. And then this will plug into the factory wiring. So let's head back to the car and get that all mounted. Okay, so we got the panel reinstalled. The wiring color on the actual tweeter itself is the same as the mid-range. The red-yellow wire is positive and brown-yellow is negative. So we hooked up our tweeter to the factory wiring, same exact fashion. We just cut the harness off there, as you can see, stripped the ends and mounted those together. And there we are, all mounted. Panels are all back together. So very, very similar process to the passenger side. If you have any questions about this install, just go ahead and post a comment below. Thanks guys for watching the channel, and we'll see you in the next video.